Okay, so here we go with the live stream. So this is actually one of the new map which you can get from the DLC that just came out today. This is 10 versus 10. And it seems that this time I'm on the left side of this map. Well, that should be interesting. I think right now nobody has any experience with this map whatsoever, so it's pretty much exploration. And let's hope that the deck that I chose will be adequate. Probably won't be, but at least it's worth hoping. Now, for example, my deck right now, it's made of infantry with ATGM. That's not particularly good for the side there, but it might be okay for India. So I will probably try to secure Gulf in India. I will bring some command vehicle. I'll verify. Okay, Echo actually bring reinforcements, so that means that this is a place I will need to secure at all cost. But my deck is mostly made of tank, so that's not particularly adequate. Okay, there we go. Moving. So my objective will mostly be to deploy my ATGM unit as fast as possible in the different towns. This way it will ensure that no matter what happened to the enemy, at least I will have some defense all over the place. So I will spread out my chopper with ATGM units. And while I do that, I will try to secure Echo. That seems to be the priority right now. Now those new maps seem to be very friendly to dogfight. I guess people which like to play with air units will be very happy about that. Which means that I guess it's best to have some anti-air little spread all over the place. Those planes are really hurting me quite a bit. I'll land my troops right away. Yeah, I did suffer quite a bit of loss there. Okay, so one of my command vehicle is heading over that zone, and hopefully it will be able to capture it. The other one will be heading into that zone to capture it. And I do not have another vehicle. Okay, let's capture this place. We'll bring some anti-air infantry. Some action going on in India. Some vehicle or chopper over there. Okay, here I will spread my anti-air. I have a lot of infantry. Okay, they didn't manage to secure the zone. Oops, my leopard are going a little too far. That's not what I wanted. You can see that a lot of people are bringing a lot of planes. And I guess now the enemy did realize that there might be some hostility coming his way. I just hope that I will have the number of troops necessary to beat them. Yeah, that is actually one of the new map. Now what's a little annoying right now is that I'm stuck into an infantry fight, but I'm really not fit for that. My deck is definitely not made for infantry fight. So here what I'll do is I'll spread out a lot of my transport as well as my anti-air units, and here I will establish a kind of defensive perimeter with very cheap tank, which will just serve as a mean to avoid getting flanked or something. There seem to be, well, actually many people ended up leaving here, so I received a lot of troops. Yeah, these are actually new maps, and as a result of this, there seem to be some bugs in some of them. So that's something that seem to make a few people crash. Well, here I'm really not fit for fighting into the wood. You have inherited quite a few troops. Which seem to be well placed, so the guy that left certainly did not die because he had bad troops. I'm not sure I will have a particularly amazing score in this game because now my attention is very divided. It seems that the tank that I called in as reinforcements are coming from all the way in the back, which is a bad thing.
We're in a combat zone right now.
Calling a lot of anti-air. I'm not particularly convinced that. Yeah, I think my current deck is really not adapted to the situation on that side. I guess this map requires much more infantry because of all the amount of forest. And I suppose that you will need much more SO engineer or that kind of stuff. I probably should bring maybe some recon. Oh, I even inherited some troops over there. Oh, that guy actually managed to sneak around. But he's running out of fuel. I will see if I can actually bring reinforcements from there. Oh yes, I can, so that's good. It's gonna be a good position to sneak by. Well, here I did get some troops. Paratrooper. Okay. I think I will send one group of paratrooper into Lima, because destroying Lima command vehicle will reduce the pressure on X3 over there. While with the other paratrooper, I will just follow the idea of whoever left them to me.
Einsatzbereit, Kommandant.
Problem that I might be having is how little fuel we get here.
Someone need a guardian angel? Der Himmel gehört uns. We're in a
I
combat
think it's
zone
time
right
to
now.
bombard the old place.
We're in a combat zone right now. Cover. We're in a combat zone right now. Cover. We're in a combat zone right now.
Yeah, I don't think this is not particularly good.
Combat zone right now. We're in a combat zone right now.
Yeah, I guess if you're fighting on the left side like this, you really need to rely much more on infantry, and my deck doesn't have any of that.
In der Kampfzone.
Okay, here I will unload a few troops and put them into building.
We've been engaged.
That probably will not stop potential infantry attack. Oh, I did receive more troops now. Awesome. There's a lot of air-to-air units over there. Now I'm kind of covering too much ground right now. That lead me to not know what is going on. So I'll do an airstrike on that position that will allow me to reduce the pressure on that zone here.
Endlich ist was los.
There's a couple of Tungushka over there.
Endlich ist was los.
A couple of Zato as well. Yeah, I got a command vehicle, but it wasn't the only one. So there was one which is concealed somewhere. Yeah, it's clear that the SO engineer are ideal for this.
Hat jemand ein Taxi gerufen?
While here I'm purely and simply losing ground on the side without really having any means to do anything else.
If the enemy's in range, so are we.
There must be a command vehicle in the forest over there. I think I will use the fact that I have an insane amount of points to lose. Make random strike all over the place. And those paratroopers seem to have been very effective so far. Probably should check what my troops over there are doing. Oh good, we get the... I did get the other command vehicle. So that reduced quite a bit the pressure on that side of the map.
Munition, Treibstoff.
Well, here I have a lot of good troops, actually.
We've been engaged.
I think the map is starting to lag a little.
We've been engaged.
I think my main issue right now is the fact that there's so many troops which are under mag control, which I just don't have the capacity to keep track of everything which is going on. And also, I don't have a kind of deck which is adapted to the situation on that side.
Ein Taxi gerufen.
On the other hand, I have a large amount or large capacity of calling in starfighters.
Das Transportkorps ist bereit, all Ihre Wünsche zu erfüllen. Warum muss immer ich ran? Nic nie zastąpi piechura i jego karabin.
These are commandos, very good troops. Good infantry.
Ich führe einen Angriffsanzug aus.
On that side, I do have a lot of anti-air, but I don't have much anti-land stuff. So I will call in a lot of very cheap tank. Well, here I will pull back my Martyr, which don't stand a chance against Commando.
Wir sind jetzt in der Kampfzone. Checkliste überprüft. Einsatzbereit.
Seems that something is happening over there, but I don't know why. What? Yeah, I do have an armor deck, and I think that side, it's not particularly adapted for that. And I guess, well, it could be adapted, but it's just that don't really have the proper approach.
Wo sollen wir es hinliefern?
I'm not satisfied with my capacity on that side. I'm not confident. Now there's a few commando which are actually trying to sneak around.
Wir sind unterwegs. We've been engaged. Wir haben Feinde am Markt. Wir sind jetzt in der Kampfzone. We've been engaged. Rotten Sie es einfach aus.
My air support is my main mean to destroy enemy infantry. My mortar, up to a certain point. Okay, what is that? We're doing counter-artillery fire. So what I'll do is I'll try to clear out that forest. My tank are really inexpensive, so that should not be much of an issue. For Phantom. The good news is that those enemy infantry are really expensive. So I guess when you compare both, probably winning the exchange. Yeah, we'll probably make a deck which will be more adapted to this situation. Or maybe simply use a marine deck, which might be very adapted to this. Nice, just killed the 2 Mi-28. Might be paranoid, but maybe there might be a chance that the enemy is actually flanking around. That's what I would do if I was him. And I had time in my mind to think of other stuff than just managing the entire map. It seems that those troops have been bombarded or something for a while now. Maybe artillery. No, I did receive more troops here. Reservists. They are slowly advancing on that side, which I'm neglecting. Rightfully so. What is this? Well, that was a useless casualties, which wasn't created by me, I think. Don't remember calling in a command vehicle for that place. There seem to be a lot of ATGM units over there.
Alles, was durch die Luft fliegt, wird von uns erledigt.
Maybe I should do something about that. So, about more planes.
Ich führe einen Angriffsanzug aus. Checkliste überprüft. Einsatzbereit.
It's kind of random bombing, but it's worth it.
Endlich ist was los. Unter die Probleme.
There's at least 4 Tungushka over there. I'll try to bomb them.
Endlich ist was los.
Using one Mirage, which I just received from somebody else. No, sadly didn't manage to drop the bomb. No, they're actually managing to advance forward. Very reactive, as you might imagine.
Unter die Probleme. Endlich ist was los. Unter die Probleme. Endlich ist was los.
Actually, they seem to have managed to kill
Unter die Probleme.
my command vehicle there. I'll bring another one in replacement.
Unter die Probleme.
So we're only 3 player now in my team. That's dangerous here.
Unter die Probleme.
Yeah, that's pretty bad actually.
Überwanios, toujours.
It's 3 player against 3 player now.
Unter die Probleme. Endlich ist was los.
Fortunately, whoever left all those troops to me, they did a good job placing them.
Endlich ist was los. Draußen wird es langsam gefährlich. We've been engaged. Endlich ist was los. Endlich ist was los.
Well, it's either that they did place well the units, or the enemy is getting more and more careless, because they're making moves which inflict them some loss. There is a lot of anti-air in there.
Air defense ready. Endlich ist was los. Ist schon definiert transportiert. Has enemy chopper been spotted? Sie haben uns versetzt.
Seems that they are focusing their attack on this position, so I'll call in mini airstrike on the place. Also seem to be low in ammo, so I will replace that.
Ist langsam gefährlich. Sie haben uns versetzt. Ist langsam gefährlich.
Yeah, I do hope that I'm making some quality gaming indeed. But if you play good games, usually you get a good result. But I must say, in this case, I'm not sure I'm playing too well, but because it's just that my deck is not adjusted. This might be a map which is more appropriate for, let's say, a mix NATO deck.
Das ist nicht mein Krieg.
Now they're calling in a lot of stuff.
Ich führe einen Angriffsanzug. Wo sollen wir hin, Kommandant?
And they're wasting a lot of stuff.
Es ist langsam gefährlich. Langsam gefährlich. Wo sollen wir hin, Kommandant? Der Hauptanstelle. Der Bau.
I don't know if I'm one of the best player, but one thing is sure, I have a clue of what's going on. Oh, actually, he was in the positive in there. 8,000 points of kill and 7,000 points of loss. For a deck which really wasn't particularly adapted for this, I think that's a satisfying score. Okay, let's see. So let's create a deck just for that map. Let's call it the new thing. It will be shall I make it national or what shall I do? National or not national? And then type. I guess for the context of this place, para. Could be that could make it very difficult to advance though. Yeah, you know, actually, infantry could be very funny. And I'll keep it current. And so let's try it with paratrooper. Since paratrooper is rather restricting, I will keep it national. I mean NATO. Okay, so what we need first is capturing stuff quickly. I think I'll go with the German. That vehicle is super fast, first of all, and it can go pretty far. So you get one group of that. Now this is paratrooper, so you don't have much air stuff. So I'll get some supplies like this. Okay, at least one FOB. Infantry, I only have Vigo, which are trucks. Okay, so let's go with elite stuff. So ATGM Milan. Delta Force will be very mobile. I'll look at that. It's actually pretty good anti-air. I think I will not keep them, since they already have a small bonus in experience because of the paratrooper aspect. I will go for quantity, so I will not give them veterancy. Since there's a lot of forest, I guess we should burn stuff. And we need good stingers. Get that. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, mortar would be a good complement. French mortar, large quantity. Some Sheridan tank. Harpoon tank as well. Thermofregan, MX-13 in the forest, they are great. Scimitar is a good tank as well. Light tank, of course. Canadian Pathfinder are good infantry. I'm already filling this up too much. I think I will just get Sheridan. I'll get more Pathfinder perhaps, or maybe those German troops might be good. I think Pathfinder are they are really good because you can use them to capture building very easily. Okay, I guess I have too many infantry unit here, so I'll just reduce that, and I will get some planes. CF-18, watch, actually 188. That's a really good thing against tank. I need some bombers. Falcon is also pretty good. Guess I'll reduce that by 1. I still don't have the points for that. Okay, I'll remove the Scimitar. Okay, I have 1 more point. Chopper. I guess I'll go with that. Okay, so this will be a paratrooper deck, and this will be maybe more adapted to the forest environment of those new maps. Might be suicidal though, but we'll see about that. Or maybe I should. Let's see. Can I actually have another plane? It will be nice. Mirage with napalm. That could be interesting. Or not. I guess Hardvark might be adapted. Okay, there we go. I think we'll try that out. Paratrooper, that seemed a little more interesting in an area which has much more forest. So now let's get into a game with a new map, of course. That might take a while to load, to fill up. Okay, there we go. Now it's all about winning. Actually, in the last round, I did lose very slowly the territory I captured, which was kind of strange. Because that really take them a while to advance, and yet I barely had any proper troops to hold against them. Okay, while I do that, I guess I'll create another deck. Now, let's make a deck which will be more offensive, but in that context. Because the Paratrooper might be good to hold and slowly sneak around, but if you want to be offensive in that kind of place, let's see what we can do. Yeah, maybe just the Marine might be good enough. Yeah, those Marine might be also a good deck for this place. What else? That deck will just not work on that map. It's another Marine deck, but differently done. This one could work. But I think in the context of this new map, the air seemed to be much more important because there's a lot of space, and that means that having perhaps proper air-to-air units might be a good idea. That's not fitting fast. Okay, no nation. Let's go with mechanize because we want infantry. And how about no? Okay, let's keep it that way. Prefer a logistic which carry a lot of supplies lately. Yeah, so engineer with dragons might be a good combo. I'll get that. She need combo with a couple of chopper. That will be good to suppress the enemy and the forest. Check commando in Dornier to go capture towns as quickly as possible at the beginning. Red Eye with Bradley's. Yeah, that's probably very good to fight in the border of the forest. And perhaps maybe Fandus are too expensive. Let's get something cheaper. Oh, these guys are actually no longer a prototype or something. Let's go down to air. Or maybe not that good. Panzer Grenadier with Martyr 1A1. That's a good balance. Okay, anti-air stuff. Let's see. Flak Panzer. Chaparral, as usual. That's a minimum. Roland 2 have good accuracy. Okay, we're fine. With all that forest, I don't necessarily want the best tank, but I want one which is reliable. I'm thinking about going with... if we want to attack, what do we want? The Starship could actually be okay. Because it has an autocannon and can fire missiles, so it's good enough to fight infantry and while having the capacity to use missile and ambush the enemy from forest. So that might be actually a good tank for that kind of place. We'll give it a try. Kiowa, that's standard recon or recce. And now I don't have any space remaining for planes. Okay, maybe I'll remove one. I think I'll go with the F-16 because this is a plane which is really good to destroy enemy infantry. So it's ideal for that purpose. And I'll get myself perhaps some chopper. Oh, I don't have access to the ones which are anti-air, which is kind of sad. So I'm gonna have to rely on other choppers like these. And I think with this deck, that should be pretty effective for this map. Because so far I haven't seen many people use big tank offensive, so having a lot of tank might not be particularly effective. Infantry is much more important, so having mechanized infantry can be a good balance. I think I will actually try that deck if I have time to change. Yeah, I did. Let's hope that won't take forever. Here we go. Now I'm stuck on the side again. I find the center a little more attractive, but I guess fighting on the side will allow me to improve myself over there. So I think what I'll do is I'll try to capture Echo first, because this is a zone where there's reinforcements. Or maybe India, I'm not sure. I guess I have to capture boat. Okay, Mr. GB is going there, so maybe I will go... There's another guy which is going there. Am I relieved from this side? I guess not. So I'll send command vehicles over there. Which means I only need one. Two, I mean. And I can only hope that those which said that they will be going there will be up to their task. So on the side there, I will actually send some Génie de Combat, which are pretty good for first fight, I suppose. Especially reconning the place. And I will help them out with a SO engineer, or perhaps well, simply hope that I will capture the zone quickly. I think that's what matters the most. I will perhaps escort them a little, which seemed to be reasonable. So I'm sending what command vehicle over there, and the other one will go there. Well, my chopper will transport my Génie de Combat into this zone. I will land them around that place. This way they will be able to be deployed into the forest very quickly. As soon as possible, when I will have the zone, I will try to call in some tank. Maybe something else. What do we think? What do I think about inclusion of naval units in the next wargame? I think that's pretty cool. Really looking forward to receiving a cruise missile in the face. I think that will be nice. It's a good addition. I really wonder how well planes will perform against those ships, because ships usually have pretty good anti-air defense. And I really wonder if that won't turn into a kind of spamming of ship for artillery purpose. But I'm very much looking forward to that. Okay, so my troops are now deployed. I will make them proceed forward to secure as much as possible from this forest. I can see that the enemies are actually heading my way. My starship might be exactly what I need. Kind of scaring him with my choppers. I think what mattered the most in this case is just to prevent the enemy from actually using the forest and flank you. Because then when you're able to keep them fighting in those places in the open, it's much more easy to defend yourself. Yeah, I know that they will likely not include those missiles, but still. I wonder what kind of support those ships will provide. Because usually ship it's artillery and missile. That's what they use. Okay, so apparently they do have one command vehicle in there.
You've got something for me?
I'll make my way forward with my starship. There seem to be at least one anti-air in that zone. My goal in this case is not necessarily to stop those T-72, but mostly to just stun them, to slow them down while my real fighting force, which are those starship, comes up and ambush the enemy.
Are you talking to me?
Now the main issue, which no, wait. Oh, I did receive a couple of units from there. I really should avoid being the first in the list. Okay, so now that I do have control over that zone, I should call in some roll-in to ensure proper anti-air defense.
Changing position. I'm in the middle of a fight here. I'm in the middle of a fight here. At the ready, sir.
We'll bring those mortar rolling closer. I guess now my role is to help out securing this zone. So we'll bring in some ATGM infantry to suppress those T-74 BV. Oh, here, that's a bit clumsy. I'm doing what I'm doing there.
At the ready, sir.
With my Génie de Combat, I will go up the hill there to perhaps have a good view over there, which might not happen. We'll see about that. Some anti-radar planes. Managed to shut down one. Sadly, they killed one of my Roland too. Somebody else decided to leave. All I can do is just spread out their troops in order to reduce to the maximum the amount of loss I will get. Okay, we'll move my jet commando into position to have an angle on those T-64 BV.
Yes, sir. Give us something to burn, sir.
Here my starship did manage to kill a few BMP-2. But I'm a little concerned about an airstrike now. So I'll spread out my starships. I can see the autocannon is actually effective against BMP-2 armor. We'll send a supply vehicle there. Well, here I cannot do anything about it. They will have to survive without me.
Barbs are full and igniter all cleaned up. Abmarsch, Mädels. Schützen ruhig.
No. BMPT, I should say. There's a lot of Tunguska around.
Finally, some action.
The fact that I do have an angle on them might be useful. There's also some buck, at least one. I did manage to kill one, that's good.
Someone need a guardian angel? Just spit it out.
Entire capacity has been destroyed for the most part. Guess it's time to bring some Cobras. And perhaps try to destroy those recon over there. Move forward with my troops. Even though I'm not particularly certain that I do have the means to defeat the enemy. I'll move my Martyr forward, support my advance, because there will likely be enemy airstrike on me.
Yes, sir. Would be to house? Jeg har et angrebsfugt. Lee, Holland, get out of my... Completed, ready to go. In the middle of a fight. You've got something for me? Yes, sir.
Pretty good. I killed one T-64 BV, which are really expensive. Way more than my starship. Oh. Okay, they're just too well entrenched up there. Oh good. Destroy the buck. I'll go rearm those Cobras at my FOB. You can actually see the ships that will be in the next game of Wargame on the developer blogs.
Ракета к старту готова, сэр. Give us something to burn, sir. Am Ende kommt es doch nur auf den Infanteristen.
I guess now I will bring a Kiowa, which is a good recon. It will allow us to see what's going on in there. Interesting. Mr. Cheese is trying to flank behind me. But sadly for him, my chopper spotted his Spetsnaz. I'll call in Raven. That will hopefully allow me to destroy those anti-air. Well, here I will make an airstrike. Oh, there's a lot of anti-air in there. Oh, I missed the Tungushka. Yeah, they have too many anti-air in there. Seems that I got our artillery now. Got more than that. I guess these maps are more demanding on the computer because many people seem to be dropping because of desync. Seem to be under attack in that zone there. Well, it seems that the zone has been cleared already, so no point going for it. Oh, I got my recon. The centers seem rather static right now, which just seem to be losing ground very slowly. So I should change the path of my troops there.
Okay, we'll get there as fast as we can.
Выкладывай. Just spit it out.
Meet customers for a taxi route.
Yeah, the RT-80 has just too much range for my starship right now.
Give us something to burn, sir. Snyder, all cleaned up.
There's too much air there, so I think I will just perhaps bring my infantry in the wood there.
Someone called for a cab? Eagle up!
Докладывать нечего.
Mehr bereit, Kommandant.
Seems that the flamethrower have been fixed because now they actually do kill the enemy, which wasn't the case before.
Engineers geared up and ready to move. Meet customers for a taxi route. Lights, sir? Engineers geared up and ready to move.
Bereit zum Zuschlagen, Kommandant.
Verpassen wir ihn eine forcierte Start. I can hear the bullets whistling by me. Starting to get dangerous.
Орудие к бою готово. In the combat zone right now. Куда доставить товар?
Finally,
Destroying their logistical vehicles
starting to get dangerous here.
because their troops rely a lot on a missile, and when you get rid of logistic, well, it's a little harder for missile units.
I can hear the bullets whistling by me. Finally,
Почему-то мне кажется, что вы хотите рискнуть нашими жизнями.
starting to get dangerous here. Lights, sir? Finally, some action. Give us something to burn, sir. Double. Perfect, sir. Finally, some action.
It's good they managed to kill the Tungushka.
Finally, some action. Finally, some action. Some hostiles. Finally, some action. Die Welt besteht aus zwei Arten von Menschen. Artilleristen und
Я
Ziel.
так и знал, что вы нас в покое не оставите.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his wife.
Seem to have destroyed the command vehicle over there. It's good progress.
Почему-то мне кажется, что вы хотите рискнуть нашими жизнями.
Is there something you want burned out there? What can the infantry do for you, sir?
I'll deploy my starship over there, which will hopefully be good enough to intercept the BMPs over there. That attack over there was pretty bad. Oh great, more troops for me to manage. I think I must be the only person in this game to have a computer able to manage all this.
They spotted us.
Вы со мной говорите?
We're in jet. We're in jet.
Call in some more Cobras here, which I'll support by bombarding the anti-air there. My starship actually did well here. I will rely a little more on that in the future. Not sure where he will drop the bomb. Oh, I have been a little too eager with my Cobras. There seems to be a big push here. Lots of MiG-29, which will likely die because of the quantity of anti-air we have. Yeah, they all died so quickly. But because of the pressure, I will pull back my Marder too. We'll bring in some Master Engineer. Oh, that's a bad move here. They're shooting on my Dorney over there. Really?
What can the infantry do for you, sir? Platoon is formed and ready. Trouble.
Well, that's trouble here. Well, apparently we won, but it was a draw, and I did 5,000, which is good, and lost 4,000, which is okay. So it was a good game. Sadly, it seems that a lot of the troops which did most of the kill were not mine. More like troops which I received. So maybe the appearance are in my favor because of somebody else. No, that went well. I did kill quite a few Motostrelski here. So in terms of fighting for the forest, it seemed to have gone pretty well. It's actually surprising the amount of troops the warriors, is that it? Yeah, those warriors actually ended up killing quite a few enemies. What are these? Okay, let's join another round. There we go. There's two new maps, but the other maps has some bridge issue, and it's like you're gonna go across bridge, which is a bit of an issue. But this other map is fine. There's more maps which are for smaller games, but I guess so far this one is the most playable of the new map. There's also a couple of new units, one per faction. But while some of them are useful, I don't really see any of them as game-changing. So it's more like units which had an ability that some faction were missing. So for example, American have new infantry, which you can see here, the Schma, which is a kind of infantry that have anti-tank. A lot of them. Really bad against infantry though, but that can be a very effective defense, especially since the range on those anti-tank is 800 meter. So that's really effective. Now the British, they have a new tank, which is the Challenger 2.
Are you talking to me?
That's that thing. The difference between Challenger 1, actually it's in both cases it's Challenger 1, but MK2 is that this one has a better gun. So it does better accuracy and better armor piercing power. And the French, they have a new plane, which is this one. It's the Mirage FICT. So this one give cluster bomb. So it's similar to, I guess, F-18. Then here they have a new, the German, West German, they have a new plane which is much cheaper, has 4 AIM-9F, which is okay. I guess that's a good fighter to intercept chopper at the beginning. Then Canadian, they have a new plane, which is an F-18 Hornet, good for air-to-air. It's similar to the F-15A, so it has a Sparrow missile. So it's a kind of very good dogfighter, I suppose. They also have AIM-9M, which are really good. Danish, what stuff did they receive? Well, yeah, they have that new Centurion tank, which is a really inexpensive tank when you look at it, but it has a pretty good range, so that's very good. That's practical. Swedish, I don't think they got anything new. Oh yeah, what they got is more anti-air infantry, which can be very good. Yeah, it's better than the other one. Or worse, I'm not sure which one is new. But the Swedish have one more unit of anti-air. The Norwegian, they have that new unit right here, which is a reserve unit. As you can see, it costs 5 to call, so I suppose that you can call that the reservist, and you can probably swarm the whole place with that. Now let's say that you call it with the cheapest transport, that costs you 6 to call this unit, so it's ridiculously cheap. And the funny part is that this is a reservist unit, and it's a prototype, so only the Norwegian can have it. So I suppose that has to do with spamming. East German, what do they have? Maybe planes? I'm not sure they have anything, actually. Yeah, I think East German did not receive any new units. They were perfect, so. Russian, what did they get? Oh yeah, they got one recon unit, which is the Mi-24K, which is a recon unit with exceptional optic, so that's really good. I guess it come and compensate, or it's better than Mi-9. I guess it has more armor, and it also punch a couple of rockets. It has a Yak B, which make it effective against chopper. So that's actually a very good new unit. Polish, what new stuff did they get? I think they got anti-air. Is that it? No. Oh yeah, they got the new Su-22M4P, which is good against seed plane. Well, it's good against radar. So anything that has radar, it can kill it. Czechoslovak, what new stuff did they get? I think they get those Strelov 3. Yeah, which is a much better anti-air infantry. So they seem to have increased a lot the anti-air infantry capacity. So we're about to start. Okay, I think I'm still... Okay, what is this? Alright. Yeah, I'm still on that side, but seem to be... I guess I will try to go more in that zone. Here, I'll claim here. Tired of that zone over there. It's time to move my way to the right side. So what I'll do is I'll bring a lot of chopper with unit combat, and I will bring a lot of Dornier with the ATGM unit because there's a town over there. I might as well. Not sure what I want there. I could use some anti-air, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. This is straight in the middle, so we'll need some stuff. And since this is very much in the middle, there might be a risk that the enemy will also come and dogfight quite a bit. So I'm thinking, yeah, perhaps a little less infantry and maybe some cobras, which will support my advance. I guess the Shma will have to wait for another time. Actually, do I have that? No, I don't have. But I guess it's totally you can compare it to the VDV.
Quel est le plan?
It's the same type of unit, it's just that they're not good in terms of fighting infantry.
La situation est sous contrôle.
So as long as you don't fight infantry, you're fine.
J'y serai bientôt.
On my way to coordinates. Out.
Now what I'm mostly afraid of is a big attack with chopper here. That will be very dangerous, like what's happening right there. But fortunately, they don't seem that numerous.
Tout ce que vous voulez, mon colonel.
Yeah, that was to be expected. NATO is just not particularly amazing. And I don't have the stuff to be effective there. Oh yeah, that's just a disaster. Too much anti-air. Well, that did not work. Pretty much defeated there.
Station und einsatzbereit.
Oh well. Plan B. It's time to build up a defense there.
Éloignons à ce tour-là. Je garde un enveloppe.
Okay, so there was 3 players against me at that position. So what I'll do is I'll rebuild some kind of force here, and I'll slowly make sure that nobody goes past that line.
Who do you want us to transport?
Wow, the reinforcements come all the way from here. That's a long way.
Irgendwelche Kunden für eine Taxitour? Irgendwelche Kunden für eine Taxitour?
Okay, so just rebuilding the defensive capacity I have. And we'll try to win the fight in the forest. But I really don't think there's just no way I can take back that place.
Okay.
At least my Jag commandos seem to be fighting well. Now, one of the issues is that the enemies seem to be sneaking around with choppers. Oh, there's the commander eagle in there.
At your service, sir.
I think I will go and finish off these guys.
Engineers geared up, ready to move.
Okay, those Jag commando are out of ammo. I might as well pull them back.
Kommt es doch nur auf den Infanteristen und sein Gewehr an. Who do you want us to transport?
Got rid of their recon. We'll bring some supplies. Yeah, my impression is that in this map, the position, which is right here, is can become very important. Because, for example, from that position, you can move in the center if you want. You can move over there. You can go and support an offensive here. So that means that this position can be very important. So that's why at the beginning, I think you will need a player which has a good anti-air capacity. Because right here, that was quite a disaster. And I just did not have any troops that were adapted for the situation right there.
Engineers geared up and ready to move.
So I'll spread my engineer around, hoping that they will be effective at intercepting whatever shows up. We'll also spread my chopper around.
Moving out.
But I think what I need to do, I think I might actually have to come here and reinforce this position, because the enemies might want to take advantage of this situation right here. Just look at the concentration of troops there. I think I might actually take care of that. I'll use one strike F-16. Anyway, I don't think there will be much anti-air. Anyway, their visibility in this zone is likely limited. There might be more anti-air here, but with the F-16 he might be out before the enemy does anything. Yeah, that was a good strike.
Meet customers for a taxi route.
So what I'll do now is I'll send my engineer up there. We'll move my APC with dragons here, so that if there's a rush, which is unlikely, we'll be able to intercept it. There seem to be a couple of Matostrelsky fighting over there. I can see those Canadian chopper at work. Might as well call an airstrike on that. We'll call in more SO engineer. This forest will be filled with SO engineer. Okay, that was bad. The Falcon decided to simply continue forward. Oh, I lost it. Now you can see that people will actually use this forest.
If the enemy is in range, so are we. Who do you want to defend?
Now you can see how they are actually moving slowly toward that position there.
Platoon is formed and ready. Light, sir. Light, sir.
Actually, they seem to be moving there. Those Dragon APC are not particularly amazing at anything. But seem to be using T-34 as recons. The T-34 seem to have a better view than my APCs. Well, that place seemed to be interesting to fight in. I'll bring some martyr. I'm under attack by T-34. Some people say that those APC are good because they have Dragon's launcher. I'm starting to doubt that. They don't seem to hit anything.
If the enemy is in range, so are we.
Yeah, they seem to have been completely useless at defending themselves.
Am Ende kommt es doch nur auf den Infanteristen und sein Gewehr an.
Klingel in der Schiss.
The enemy is in range, so are we. March formation, move out.
Okay, I'll move my infantry forward.
Mobile barbecue on its way. Oh, let's do some dash. Reservoirs are full and igniter all cleaned up. Above, still napalm in the morning. The lights turn. Off your ass and on your feet. Let's move. Platoon is formed and ready.
I think what's happening right now is that I have very specialized infantry, and they don't.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. All right, sweetheart. What are you waiting for? Breakfast in bed?
So yeah, I'm slowly making my way there. I'm a little concerned by the fact that we do not have anything here, and I saw some T-34 moving around.
Give us something to burn, sir. Napalm in the morning.
Okay, my troops are no match for vehicles, so the goal here will just be to slow down the enemy. I will kill those Nona. I don't really mind losing my F-16. As long as I get rid of those artillery. There we go. The strange thing now is that my Martyr seemed to have suffered some damage. Okay, there was a vehicle there. That is why. So I got rid of the enemy artillery, which will allow me to make good use of my infantry into the forest. As you can see, I have plenty of engineer reinforcing.
March formation, move out. What can the infantry do for you, sir? The lights turn.
I think I will pull back my Génie de Combat. Those T-34 don't seem to be up to the Martyr in terms of capacity.
At your service, sir. Not enough way to be the commandant.
There's some Jaguar heading to the fight, which I will intercept with Panzer Grenadier. On the flank, that should hurt them. And now they are exposing their flank to my Marder 1A1. There we go, that was a good combo. That's what we call tactic. Waiting for the airstrike now. Yeah, there we go. Told you. Fortunately, they're not competent at doing a good airstrike right now. So what I need right now is more anti-air capacity, because as you might have noticed, my move was quickly followed by an airstrike on my position. While here, as I told you, I was a little worried about that place. I did well to move my chopper there. Because now there's infantry sneaking around. So I will need to do something about that. Alright, so my infantry is landed. I'll bring in my choppers. Guess I shall deploy my dragons a little all over the place. My Panzer Grenadiers seem to be doing a good job at destroying whatever is in that forest. But those engineer suffered quite a bit of loss there. I will regroup my infantry at the same place to refill their rank. Okay, Abrams, that's a little overkill. Oh joy, I received the army on the left side, as well as most of the rest of the battlefield. It's a little too much. So we'll deploy the infantry which I received over there into the forest. All those Panzer Grenadier are out of ammo. I will move with my dragons forward. Here I need to unload that infantry. Received enormous amount of troops. I will try to perhaps get rid of a few. No, that's not a good choice there. It's a lot of reinforcements. Okay, so we'll secure that position. I think I might actually... Okay, what is this? T-34. So apparently here they tried to attack, but it did not work. Well, that's good. I seem to have an impenetrable wall over there. On that side I have no idea what's going on. Hey, that requires some rearming, so I will bring transport. Here I'm being bombarded. I think I'll bring a transport here as well. Seahawk, that's a valuable thing. I will pull it back. I think I will pull back every potential chopper that I can. Because these are useless lost. Okay, interesting. We'll make an airstrike on that position over there. This way it might kill the command vehicle of that place, as well as making another airstrike in the back of it, which will get rid of a few chopper, hopefully. There seems to be a lot of anti-air. Well, I'm not sure that was worth it, but my planes did survive, which is what I'm amazed of. It was very lucky. Well, on that zone I seem to be under heavy artillery fire. Okay, so there's enemies down there. I think I will waste 2 of my planes for getting rid of those MiG-31. Okay, good. Oh, that Eagle did very well. What am I using now? Semi-active radar. That's not what I want. Well, my issue right now is that there's just too much going on for my attention. So as you previously experienced it with me, I think I will turn into an airstrike addict. Anyway, in this place I don't think I'll do anything useful anymore. Here I might just analyze a little the situation, send some supplies where needed, but I don't think I will do much more than that. Seems that the team did do well. Oh, that's good. They did an airstrike, killed nothing. But I did kill something. Good exchange. So what I'll do here is I'll bring more Shinit combat, and with that I hope to maybe push a little more in there.
I hate walking. We've been engaged. Are you talking to me?
I guess I'll just resupply the troops which are already deployed. Kinda relying on trusting whatever deployment the player which were on my side were doing first. So I will have to rely on that. Yeah, there we go. Ambush a few infantry in there. Or was ambush, not sure.
Meet customers for a taxi. Raketen Feuerbereit, Kommandant.
Those mortar fired in such a way that it looked like a shotgun made of missile. It was nice and effective.
Sir, yes, sir. What can the infantry do for you, sir? What are you waiting? We've been engaged.
Come on, go into the open over there, and you'll be safe.
Been engaged. Trouble.
It's kind of impressive how those mountaineer has been just standing into the open like that since forever.
Start up.
Oh, that's bad. My Abrams are exposed there.
Trouble. Trouble. Schwindbad.
I think on that side, I'm not sure what I want to do or what will be the most effective to deal with the situation here. I guess that Mirage did serve as a kind of free gun. Now we also know that there's a lot of anti-air in there.
Someone need a guardian angel? Mr. Apple. Mr. Apple.
So I will just bombard the whole place. Doesn't seem to be paying off much. Oh yeah, maybe. Okay, well, at least that does up to a certain point, open up that forest towards forward.
At your service, sir.
Just a bit down.
Okay, get there as fast as we can. Enemy is in range, so are we. We've been engaged. Look out, ladies. Scatter formation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, at least now I know as a fact that this forest is cleared of entire.
On a des problèmes.
That doesn't fix the problem that there's a lot of chopper around.
We've been engaged.
We'll bring some chaparral, but that not sure if it will be amazingly effective.
On a des problèmes. Infantry necessite transportieren.
Those conquerors seem very dangerous, so we'll get rid of them.
Le capitaine est pour l'équipage. Il fait un geste à bord.
I seem to be inflicting more loss than what I'm losing. Okay, let's see, what can I do here? I do have my chopper on that side. I'll bring them all the way here.
Just give us something to burn, sir.
I think currently the game is so filled up with units that it's starting to lag.
I spotted us.
Masz dla mnie jakieś zadanie?
As you can see, it's kind of lagging. I clearly noted the position of my anti-air now.
Enemy contact.
Yeah, this is laggy. But it's about to end. Might be because we have a lot of infantry in those forests. As a result of this, infantry have a tendency to increase the load on the CPU, and it just creates that lag, I suppose, that end up creating a desync. Because with those maps, with all the forest area and that kind of place, it's really hard on the CPU. Calling some airstrike on that. Yeah, just look at the amount of stuff on the map. This is crazy. Little more and you won't see the map anymore. There we go. I think that's a victory or a draw. No, that's a victory. Oh well, I lost 6,000. But I did kill 4,000, so that's okay. It's okay in the sense that I ended up having most of the battlefield, so I don't know what happened in most of it. Other than me slowly losing ground. But also my airstrike were probably a little suicidal. But we did win. So I think that will be it for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll see you around.